Hello everyone and welcome to the Waffles the Good Boy Bonefeather Cagelocke. I am once again back, your host of the Green Division for Week 4 and probably beyond, ProPokeNoob. First of all, Waffles, thank you very much for that 2-month resubscription, not Skeletor. Thank you very much for the 11-month resubscription. Using that Prime Gaming. Embrace the face, you two. Thank you very much for your continued support. I hope it's not broken on this. Is it broken on this? It's broken on this scene, isn't it? Damn it. Why are you broken again? It's because I turned it off. That was my fault. One sec. One sec. There you go. I'm a fellow nooblet, not you, Lopez. That's how it's gonna go today. We have arrived at the checkpoint that I've been waiting for in this tournament. As I said, there are certain points in this game where it gets kind of interesting. Oddly enough, it happens at every other gym. So we're at that point. We're at the Erica checkpoint, where our 8 players of the Green Division have been going through Fire Red, a modified Fire Red, where you play as a cute dog on a skateboard, and your goal is to build a Nuzlocke team to win the Nuzlocke, as well as battle people in a 1v1 cage match where the loser loses their Pokemon and loses just that one more opportunity to make it into the playoffs at the end of the 8 weeks and completing this Nuzlocke challenge. I have learned a lot since last week, a lot. So now that we have more information, you know, drinking hot water with honey is supposed to be better for your throat. I find I have more mucus. Either way, what I find interesting, and this is going to be the most interesting thing for me, the Erica checkpoint has pretty much almost the same amount of access as the Surge checkpoint. The difference being now you have more levels and just more opportunities to grind, and if anything, it feels pretty much just the same thing. Oh, it's supposed to be honey lemon. I forgot the lemon. I just like honey. I just like honey water. I just drink honey water. It's not tea. It's supposed to be lemon. Actually, no, they say they just drink hot water with honey. So I don't. Maybe they have like low sugar honey. I'm not too sure. Lemon sometimes just makes me pucker up. But yeah, this is going to be interesting because I feel like it's pretty much the same thing as Surge. There might be, I can't remember if there's any more things that get unlocked, but pretty much what it allows you to do is now you have access to Fly because you've beaten Surge, so Fly will help you grind up a lot of your team. Simultaneously, anything that you couldn't complete during the Surge checkpoint, you can pretty much go complete during the Erica checkpoint. So anyone who got ahead on that before going back to Surge and still made it within their 2.5 hour time, which we're going to take a look at before we get started with the battles, is... What was I starting with? Oh my god, you can basically complete things, right? If people got a head start, they're going to be good because they're going to have less story-related, plot-related activities that they need to do, which means more time to grind for their Pokemon. Having said that, there's not too much loss if people got stuck at the Surge checkpoint, which we know we had a lot of people dying last week. They had a lot of problems with keeping their teams alive, suffering in the Nuzlocke, a lot of RNG happening. And let's just take a look at how bad that RNG actually is. By first off, leading off with the standings, that Hey, look, I'm 3 inches taller now. Hell yeah, no. Let's take a look at the standings that we've been looking at. After the Surge checkpoint, Code Warlock, still with that 3-0 undefeated, has been going on a tear, a rampage. Any game that you played where a giant Godzilla or monkey related thing is tearing down a city, you have been watching it. Code Warlock has been going in really hard. His strongest Pokemon, he has literally gone in with the strongest Pokemon at each checkpoint. According to Goose, it's been Tauros, it's been Nidoking, it's been Mankey. He has been crushing every single match, and I only expect him to continue to do this to try and take out his opponents. Also, having that 3-0 in the beginning is going to be very good. And coupling with that is former Crisbin 15, now replaced by Pumpka Amy. She is taking over for the Crisbin 15's team in the Green Division, and she's going to be inheriting a pretty decent team to my knowledge. I believe Crisbin was doing okay, and the score also gives a bit of that buffer, so her coming in, hopefully she's going to be able to make something good to go well with Crisbin's team and just keep that good winning record up. In the meantime, Craigstev is sitting in that 3rd position with that 2-1, and then we have this 4-way tie, which needs to be broken, hopefully, by the end of the Erica checkpoint. The who? Joe Fluff, Scrubby W2, that Duck, and Zikafus all sitting there with that 1 and 2. Still competitive as the top 3, and we'll be explaining that as we go along here, but the top 3 are basically trying to make it in to the finals tournament. So you want to get into those top 3 spots as quickly as you can, and unfortunately sitting at the bottom there for now, Lost Crusader 0-3. Now the nice thing here at least is going to be the numbers aren't that far back. It might be really, really difficult. If you see Code Warlock constantly fall, there is a chance that Lost Crusader that anybody could take first place. But for now, going for that top 3, not that far off, right? Depending on what happens with Pumpkin Amy and what happens with Craig, there is a chance that they could be dragged down, which could raise the bar for a lot of people to try and make it into that top 3, make it into the resulting playoff spots. So we'll have to see what the Erica checkpoint brought. I was looking at the stats a little bit, and it was kind of very, very interesting with some of the Pokemon that has been gained. There's actually there are patterns, and I'm really loving finding these patterns because it's just so fascinating to me to see who's playing what way and who's been successful at certain things. And let's take a look at that. Just going from the top to the bottom again. We're keeping this nice and simple. As you can see, in terms of Pokemon caught, this is where you'd really expect that a lot of Pokemon could still be cleaned up if they didn't have that good of a thing. But the first thing that I really want you to take a look at is the total game time tab right here. If you think about it, the rules in the tournament is simply 2.5 hours per checkpoint. There are some grace rules and grace times, which I'm not going to get into for your purposes because I don't even understand them half the time. But I know more than last week. That's important. But I want you to take a look at the time. I don't know about Pumpkin Amy because I don't know what was going on there because that's too short as well. She might have just cleaned up Erica really quickly. I'm not too sure what was going on with Amy's transition into Crisbin's position, but I want you to take a look. 3-0, Code Warlock, not having a single issue with clearing it within the 2.5 hours allotted time. 9 hours and 30 minutes of total completed time. At this point, about 10 hours would be the golden standard if people stuck to the 2.5 hours per checkpoint. Any other grace period given kind of tells the story. Code Warlock not only has not lost that many Pokemon, but has been consistently winning the Cagelocks, has been consistently catching Pokemon. The losses are way more minimal than the gains. Code Warlock is currently crushing it, and my favorite for this division going forward into the 6v6. Because on top of that, we don't know what he's going to look like in a 6v6, but it's just the safety and security that he has, where he has a bunch of Pokemon to his disposal. This Abra, for example, is becoming Alakazam. You can't see that on your screen. But even just the haul here in this amount of time is impressive. So Code Warlock has that safety, is going to be perfectly fine going forward. I do expect him to be in the top 3 at the very least. I really don't see how he's going to be losing, especially if he continues to keep bringing his strongest. Hasn't been punished yet, although I will say at the Erica checkpoint, we'll talk about what you could do with some of the battles here now that we're getting to a particular point, because certain Pokemon just not going to cut it anymore. Let's take a look at some other notable things here. Craigstev staying pretty much the closest on top. I don't know what Amy's doing here, but pretty much Craig is with the other one. The one thing that I've loved about Craig is he's been constantly catching Pokemon non-stop, and the losses haven't been that great. Craig is also sitting at a 2-1 record, so it's very indicative of the strength of the knowledge of playing the game, not losing a lot, but catching a bunch of Pokemon. Like, this is a lot of Pokemon. So either taking a lot of time to grind last week and now going through and just getting all those cleanups in, the likes of Lavender Tower, going for the fishing, right? A lot of things can be accepted. You can get the Super Rod and also go fish down. You can go all the way to Fuchsia because technically you can go get the Pokeflute, clean up a Snorlax. Things like this. There are many Pokemon to their disposal. And frankly, it's pretty impressive. And I'm not concerned for Craig. I'm hoping that they're also going to make it in the top 3 because right now they're looking really good. We'll have to see how the scores pan out because we need to see what's going to be happening with that. Other notable things, we do have no deaths on the side of that duck, but quite a bit of good catches here. I like the pickup of the Growlithe. Arcanine is a very strong Pokemon once you get the Firestone for it because it's just a really good Pokemon. Intimidate gives you a lot of utility in the 6v6 if you are aiming for that. Also in a 1v1, you pull it out and you look at the strongest Pokemon. Yeah, it might be a bit of a crapshoot and a bit of a risk, but if you're planning to win, then having that Arcanine is going to be just a really good utility or even offensive poke put on to your 6v6. Now, having said that, I think back in Gen 3, it still was more of an offensive Pokemon because it didn't have access to Morning Sun, didn't have access to Will-O-Wisp, so it was mostly like Intimidate and Murder, but it's still a good Pokemon. Very good stats on both ends, can be built very flexibly. I don't exactly know its TMs, but I'm hoping that if Duck does make it, because right now, Duck's kind of shitting in that 4-way, kind of making it to the 3-way, but until he finds his ramp off of that 4-way highway, he's going to be sitting here hoping that he can bring any Pokemon in to get more wins. On the other side, we can see the flip side here where we just have very little happening on Joe Fluff's side. 2 Pokemon caught and even losing a Golbat that was evolved during this checkpoint. So not a lot being done. Not too sure either what was going on in Joe Fluff's events or game in general. I don't watch the things. I just report on the statistics because I do truly think that the statistics are just pretty much telling the story when it comes down to what they can battle with and go from there. So there are a lot. All I can tell is from Joe Fluff's standpoint, not a lot going on. Pretty much normal checkpoint, normal Nuzlocke, things you expect from a vanilla Nuzlocke. Nothing ridiculous here. Pumpkin Amy already starting off very well here. Catching a lot and dying a lot. 50-50 splits. We like the coin flips on this channel. I am perfectly happy with looking at something that could be this wild, although a lot of Pokemon were killed off. But a lot of Pokemon were evolved too. The Ninetales and that Beedrill will be accessible to her. So we'll get into kind of the strength of what you're going to be looking for in the 1v1s here, because it could become a little scary for them if they try to use too weak of Pokemon, especially when people have access to so many strong Pokemon right now. Zikafu, same thing, not a lot to report actually. It's a couple of catches were killed off, but the Nidoking was taken out actually, which is a really big deal, but the Tauros is acquired. Once you get that Tauros, you can feel pretty safe in saying most likely you're gonna be getting a Cagelocke victory unless you have Tauros v Tauros, you're looking for some hacks. It's very difficult to tell whether or not you're gonna okay, so here's the risk. Let me just get into the point I was gonna say here. With the Erica checkpoint, you're starting to get to that point when Pokemon are gonna start to evolve. You're gonna need stronger Pokemon anyways in the run to keep going. The grinding is gonna be important, but you also know that your opponents are gonna have stronger or more access to stronger Pokemon in their Nuzlocke, which means what becomes scary is trying to use fodder, especially when you take a look at the scores like this. The scores are very close, but the last thing you want to do is start to try and min-max, bring some of those weaker Pokemon like I was talking in the first couple of weeks. You know, kind of maybe tank a couple of losses if your Nuzlocke team wasn't looking that good, and proceed to then build up stronger Pokemon, try and pick it up at the end to get top 3. The issue now is a lot of these Pokemon being picked up are okay, but if you start seeing like Craig losing the Tauros, right? Warlock losing the Mime and the Wartortle. You start taking a look at Fearow lost for Amy. Chansey lost for Scrubby Nubby. Nidoking lost on Zikafoos. These are important statistics to note because now, whether you're tracking what they've caught or not, the important thing is to know, if you're going up against them, this is your time to push with stronger Pokemon. Take out the best and try and take out their best, because their best are being taken out by the Nuzlocke. So, frankly, the more that pressure that you can get, the more things you can get going, and the more wins that you can get, and the more Pokemon you can kill off. This is where I really start to think that we're going to have this separation of, once we start seeing where the Nuzlocke goes, Koga can be not that difficult in Fire Red Leaf Green, I can't remember, but Sabrina's still a threat unless you catch a dark type. So if you get access to that Sneasel, otherwise, or an Umbreon, it's going to be difficult for you to take those teams out depending on what your roster's looking like. But we're getting to the point where we have threatening gym leaders. We have a lot of things happening in the storyline. There's a lot of chances for Coughings to go self-destruct. Cycling Path can claim a life or two. Rockets can claim a life or two in Silphco. We're getting to that scary checkpoint where grinding, even though it is kind of safe and secure, becomes a bit of a slog, which means people become a bit complacent. Those who have the perseverance and the endurance to make it through and grind their Pokemon up like that are going to be the victors here. And we do not want to see deaths like this or this, because this is when you start taking a look and going, well, there are some Pokemon here that could be legitimately good in the 6v6. It's not going to matter if you win the 1v1s and go to top 3. If your team is garbage, you're not going anywhere. You need to min-max this at this point and start using those strong pokes to try and throw off other people. So this should be interesting. This should be very, very, very interesting. Yeah. Let's just get into the battles. I'm looking forward to this. I know there are some wild battles happening here. But I am going to obviously always start us off with the not so strong battles. You know, the battles that just don't look like they're going to be much, which, you know, can still surprise us. I always believe in cheese. Cheese and hacks can always throw off a person significantly. There's the effort of Pokemon as well as the efforts within nuzlocking, so it just all fits into it. What do we got here? Is it this one? Yeah, we'll get into this. All right, here we go. We got our 4 matches here. Amy going up against... Where's my thing? Where's my thing? Sir. I'm supposed to show off the battles. There we go. Excellent. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to... What? Alright, look at that. Perfect. I was just waiting for the music. You could completely blame it on that. But Amy is joining the group coming into Bonefeather Cagelocke, and I have a feeling she's going to be carved into a jack-o'-lantern, because you're up against Code Warlock. You're up to the man who's looking to go 8-0 in the 1v1s, and this Beedrill is exactly what I was talking about. You stand no chance at beating Code Warlock in a situation like this. A one-shot, a one-pump win for Code Warlock. Amy, welcome to the Bonefeather Cagelocke. That's just how it is when you go against the big #1 in the division. Next up is going to be Craig Step versus Joe Fluff. We have a Mr. Mime versus Golbat. This looks terrible, but if Mr. Mime doesn't have Psychic on him, there is a chance that Golbat can live, try and hacks it out. It's got Bite, it's got Confuse Ray if it is going to be using it. Let's see what actually plays out here as the Psy Beam is going to be used. It is a 2-hit KO. He has to go for the hacks. It is Supersonic and not Confuse Ray. Therefore, that crit is just going to rub salt in the wound, and Craig is going to take a victory on the week. The third matchup, once again, one that we're not going to be really talking about much here. It's going to be a Drowsy versus a Tauros. Now, having said that, Drowsy's a bulky Pokemon. The way that the Drowsy wins is hacks. It's going to have to put it to sleep, and it's just going to have to hope to God. If you get Confusion with Confusion, that's a 10%. We're looking at a hit with Hypnosis. That's a 55% chance or a 60% chance. Tauros is kind of that free win for the week, so we're going to see it outspeed, go for the Horn Attack, the 2-hit KO, very easy. Does he hit the Hypnosis? The answer is yes. Okay, so this is the hacks. 5 turns to sleep, he can win it from here. Confusion is actually almost a 5-hit KO, gets the Confusion too, and he's going for the headbutt. He can't flinch it, but the thing is, now Confusion's gonna do a lot of damage. He actually goes for the Hypnosis again. He's BMing. I don't know what he's actually trying to do, because he can abuse the fact he just keep going for Confusion. Lost Crusader needs this victory. He hits himself in Confusion. He actually might squeeze it. If he hits himself in Confusion, he actually wins it with the Drowsy, and I know they say in commentary you're supposed to hype up those types of things. This is why I need a co-commentator, because I just watched a Tauros get strung up by its legs in a meat cellar, beat to shit by a Pokemon that carries a pendulum around, and served for dinner, as that Pokemon is supposed to be basically a free win in 9 out of 10 scenarios, especially against a throwaway poke like Drowsy, which is not even Mr. Creeper at evolution yet. Gamma, good to see you. Lost Crusader gets his first victory, and he didn't even attack every turn. That is unfortunate. That is an enormous loss for the likes of that duck. That hurts. That hurts a lot. But that's really good for Lost Crusader. That's going to be his first victory in this, and it's going to be off that super crippling blow to that duck with the Tauros being gone for the remainder of that nuzlocke. But now, the last one, Zikafus versus Scrubby Nubby-Doo. We got the battle of true beef here. You got man who is made of beef, and you got the man who eats beef. And that's going to be Bon Jovi versus Anger Boy. Swagger is going to be used. I like that. However, it is kind of funny because it has Intimidate on the Tauros, so it's only +1, but nonetheless, this Horn Attack's going to be doing a lot of damage. If this Snorlax gets the rest off, it's going to be pretty good. It is carrying the leftovers, but it's got to go to sleep right now, and unfortunately, we're not going to see anything more interesting than a drowsy beat up a Tauros for today, because Tauros, the way it's supposed to work is gets the free win essentially, because it's one of the strongest Pokemon in Fire Red and Leaf Green. But GG to Zikafus, that victory is going to try and separate them from the rest of the pack. I don't know what to tell you. These battles were these battles were definitely something. Let's go with that. Let's just actually go with that. It hurt a bit to watch. I'm gonna be honest with you. But GG to the 8 players for week 4, as this was most certainly something that delivered, and has some decent implications when it comes to the standings, because now with that first victory over, where am I here? Where am I here? I need an audio technician, please. Thank you. I fired Steve. No, I didn't. I let him retire. That's exactly what I tell people. Yeah. Tell him I retired. Yeah. Good idea. With that victory, hello, overlay? That's not it. This is it. There we go. With that victory, we can take a look at it. Code Warlock still sitting at the top 4-0. That black bar means he is guaranteed to make it in to the playoffs. The other two here, Craigstev going up, Pump Gamey going down for the tie here, but these two are still sitting pretty comfortably when it comes to those play-ins to get into the playoffs. So basically top 2 and 3 will go into the play-ins to try and get in to the 6v6. Yes, and the rest have to fight. Now, the worst part about the way these steadings went, yes, Lost Crusader went up to 1 and 3. We now have a 5-way tie at the bottom of this, and nobody made a dent to actually push for top 3. The separation is kind of blaring. So now what's going to end up happening is, depending on the schedule and what's left, influencing Pump Gamey, Craigstev, and Code Warlock is going to come down to what you can actually do. But at this point, I mean, it's kind of spooky because I need to take a look at the schedule. Usually I'd look at the schedule and see what it would actually do for us here. But really, like, these three have truly shown that they've got the going on. Even if Amy's first week here, she has inherited a good run. A lot of things have gone right, a lot of things have gone wrong. But at the end of the day, Craig is going to stay strong. Amy is still at the top, has that buffer to get comfortable with the Nuzlocke environment. Code Warlock still sitting as the most powerful, as the undefeated. And we got to see how far this man's going to go. Because if he's going to be bringing power like Nidoking, Alakazam, and these Pokemon are not going down, I don't know what to tell you. I think Warlock is a favorite out of the green division, personally, just even statistics-wise. Now, let's take a look at the implications of the Pokemon that have been lost. Amy losing the Beedrill, it's not a big deal. It being gone is not a huge deal. The Beedrill is not going to be very powerful, not going to get her through that much more of the run per se. It could help against Sabrina, but you're probably going to look down the same barrel as this Alakazam and get destroyed, so it's not going to happen too much. With Joe Fluff losing the Golbat, though, that is kind of tough here. I guess this is what it referred to here. But losing the Golbat, like I said, Golbat's actually not too bad. Yeah, we don't have Eviolite yet and the likes, but Golbat is still a good bulky Pokemon that can go offensive and has access to a couple of TMs that I think can make it decent, but it's the hacks that you can really get going with it. It's a fairly good physical wall against fighting moves. It's going to be good against taking those physical moves on top of being able to hacks out other pokes, and its speed is good for a decent tank. So it's a bit of a shame to lose that. Otherwise, the rest of the run, still looking okay for Joe here. I mean, he's got a couple more Pokemon to play with here. He's got a few more things going on. Doesn't look like the runs are going perfectly with that 12-hour total game time. But, you know, Still alive, that's what's important. Let's take a look. With Scrubby losing that Snorlax. Yeah, Scrubby losing that Snorlax is a big deal. Was caught during this particular checkpoint. Machop, Pidgezubat. Machoke is access, which I think Machoke, Machamp, these types of fighting Pokemon are going to be very important because a lot of people still have their Tauros alive. Well, most people. I'm so sorry, Duck. But even though it doesn't learn much, fighting moves are just strong. You have access to Cross Chop now. Pokemon that can't take the hit will die. And having access to Guts also helps with any type of hack, or hacks that they try to use, abuse the paralysis, abuse the poison, because we don't know how these people are going to battle in a 6v6. But just having Pokemon that can abuse any type of stall strats, like Machoke, if it has Guts, is going to be very, very powerful. Now, what we really have to talk about is how screwed Duck is, because Duck lost the Tauros to a Drowsy. And, I'm not saying screwed in a bad way, but it is a definite blow to the fact that no other Pokemon were killed in this division. But I think losing a Tauros is the equivalent of losing like 4 catches because just Tauros is so good. And the other thing is we've seen people pick up Geodude. I don't know how many people actually have resistances, like how many people have a Magnemite or a Geodude. Like we'll have to see if people would actually consider grinding up because they're just such risky Pokemon. Not so much Magnemite, but once you get like Earthquake for that Tauros just crushes everything. Like Tauros just gets good coverage to take out a bunch of Pokemon. So the fact that we see something like this fall here is really, really, really disastrous. But still access to a lot of Pokemon. I think still the Persian Arcanine are going to be good enough for a 6v6 scenario. Still even good in a 1v1 scenario. Try and cheese that out, especially the Persian. I think that would be suited for the 1v1s. But yeah, otherwise it's an 0-7 from me for that Duck because that is a blow to the standings, which should have put 2-2 and would have showed a little bit more for that push for top 3, but this made things very, very, very interesting all of a sudden. Once only 2 people moved up, one of them was already kind of at the top there, and the other person is now with the clump at the bottom. So, a 5-way tie for fourth is the way we're going to be ending the we're calling it Shakira checkpoint. Done. Cherica. Shakira. Kimono Scott for those who have been here longer than Waffles tournament. But yeah, looking towards in Koga's checkpoint. Koga's checkpoint will not be that interesting because everything's still accessible. Once we get to Sabrina's checkpoint. That's when the sweaty palms come out. The spaghetti is on the sweater. Thank you for the 100 bits, Waffle. Thank you for 101 bits, Craig. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's what I expect. The sweaty palms. Knees are weak. People haven't left their chairs in days trying to calculate and organize this 2.5 hours. Because once Surf is unlocked, you can own Surf. At Koga's Checker, you can own Surf by now anyways. But once Surf is usable, we have no Sevi Islands access, but we have Cinnabar access. We have Seafoam Islands access. We have swimmers galore to grind on. Money to acquire to keep the Nuzlocke safe. You've opened up the entire game. It will release the last wave of things to get minus Victory Road. As long as you get 6 badges after Sabrina's checkpoint, you'll be able to go to, I think, a patch of grass before the 7th checkpoint. You can technically catch on Route 24 once you get 6 badges because the 7th guy kind of blocks you after all the grass, and then the 8th checkpoint blocks Victory Road itself. So, what do I think? I think next week's going to be kind of that recover the Nuzlocke, get whatever Pokemon's left over. We're probably going to see a lot less catches until we get to that 6th checkpoint, but really, if I remember that correctly, Waffles, I'm pretty sure you after 6 go to Route 24 and catch there. You can at least actually, technically with the fishing rod and 4 badges now, you could go there and fish up a Pokemon. It's not going to be strong because it's not randomized. But most certainly after 6 badges, you can go into that grass and catch a level 30 something or something like that. So, and I think there are some decent Pokemon in there. I think we can get Magmar and things like that. Was it Magmar? There are some, I think it's like Rhydon and things of the sort, so yeah. That's why so next week, recovery, get ready for things. Sabrina, though. We got to see what the statistics are going to look like for Sabrina, because otherwise I don't even know. It's going to be wild. And I hope that people live long enough, and we'll see if code just gets stronger, if other people can fit the bill and try and keep up. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. But that's it for week 4, everybody. Nice and short, nice and easy to calculate. My predictions still stand. I think the top 3 have proven top 3. We'll have to see what Amy does with the acquisition of the Crispin's team. But, you know, Craig and Code pretty much sitting at the top there now that we know the top 3 is extremely important in this, and I'm totally not telling people to still throw Pokemon because that's what I thought you could do in this. Don't do it anymore. Use the strength. Try and take other people out. Take that 50-50 at this point. If you don't do it, the Nuzlocke's probably going to do it. And if you don't make it to the 6v6, your team is worthless anyways. You might as well go all in and try and use your strongest to win that strongest. So yeah, thank you much for watching. That's it. It might be, oh, sorry, not Route 24, Route 23 then. Oh, no, Route 20, is Route 23 the one with the water in the patch? I'm trying to remember what route, I catch a Pokemon on Route 23. Yeah, 23 is the water in the patch, because that's in Red Bingo, or was in Red Bingo. Yeah, before Victory Road, yes. Because then Route 22 is where you can go get the Mankey? Or is that 24? Did they do that backwards? They might have done that backwards. They did something stupid in Pokemon, Pokemon Gen 1, something was stupid. We know that for a fact. Yeah. How you doing, Barty? Good to see you, man. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's a lot of good Pokemon in there. 23 is the Mankey. So what's the route in Victory Road then? Is that 24? They changed that? I need to look this up now. Pokemon Fire Red Route 23. Not videos, not shopping. I want images. That took forever. What's Route 22? No, Route 22 is where you get the Mankey. Route 23 is where you can get another Mankey or Primeape. A Cagelocke, basically, Barty, this is Waffle the Good Boys tournament, which, by the way, you guys can get more information from at twitch.tv/Waffles the Good Boy. Basically, what ends up happening at certain checkpoints, your Pokemon go into a 1v1 match, and the loser loses their Pokemon. It's Nuzlocke with real-life PvP implications, YOLO headshots, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, Route 23 is the one with the water and the patch before Victory Road, but Route 22 is the patch before the patch with the water and the grass before Victory Road. So Route 22 is where people got their Mankey for the first checkpoint. Route 23 will be accessible fully after 6 badges, unless you go for like a Super Rod. And I can't remember, I think you can catch Seadra. If you want a Seadra, which could evolve into Kingdra. No, this is not randomized, this is actually vanilla. Yeah, I think like Seadra and stuff like that's in that water with the Super Rod. Very low chance, so it's probably not worth the risk. I'd probably go for the Sand Slash, the Arbok, stuff like that. Just something more decent and higher chance to be caught. I think Rhyhorn is also in this route. But yeah. It should be interesting, but that's what it's getting into. I want to see how many people actually know that and think about going there, because yeah. I would imagine Kingdra would be allowed if you have stuff like Alakazam. If you have stuff like Alakazam and Golem and Machamp in there, I wouldn't see why Kingdra wouldn't work. It should fully evolve at 40 or 37, right? I think 40. Yeah, 40, because 37 is the trade evos. If it's still running with that. Yeah, Kingdra's Gen 2. Yeah. Arthur Jet. There should be Kingdra in this game, right? Doesn't Fire Red have Gen 2 and 3 Pokemon in it? Does it? Oh, shit, I don't even know. Pokemon, Fire Red, Kingdra. Kingdra cheat. Oh no, am I wrong? Obtained inside, can be obtained inside the Water Path and Trainer Tower. Interesting. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, you have dragon. You have access to dragon scale. It is doable. If it's permitted where you can change if you've changed impossible evos, you should be able to evolve it into Kingdra. It's just all the other Gen 2 and 3 Pokemon are not obtainable until post game, which I think you guys will have an hour for in Sevi Islands after the Elite Four for grinding. But yeah, Kingdra's there, and Kingdra's really good. Kingdra's just really strong, because I think this is also the game in Sevi Islands when you're allowed to go there if you're going on to the top 8, where I think this is the game you can get Draco Meteor in, right? Or is that an Emerald where it started? Which game did it start where you could teach your dragons Draco Meteor if they could learn them? Was it Gen 4? Oh, Draco Meteor is Gen 4, never mind. What was it that they taught in this one? No pledges. I could have swore there was some type of specific tutor. Unless that started in Emerald or even Gen 4, I don't know. Fire Red and Leaf Green kind of became, it's like the pre-Gen 3-ish type thing. Or is it Ruby Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Emerald? I don't remember the order. All I know, Kingdra exists. You could use it if you can get to it. But you'd have to check with Waffles to see, because it should be accessible if Impossible Evos changed or turn on. So, do that. Do it. Trust me. Kingdra's just so freaking good. Even if it just has, like, Dragon Breath or Dragon Pulse, and you go with, you just go with Surf. Just it having Surf or Hydro Pump alone with anything else is spectacular, because its typing makes it where it's very, very difficult for you to hit it, right? Hit it for more than neutral. So, like, just by itself as a slap is really good on your team. Especially if you get access to Rain Dance, you can just set up as a Rain Sweeper with Surf if they don't have any resistances for it, just win, right? So, yeah. Yeah, that's all I've got. So I have a bit of a conundrum. First of all, we have a boost. You guys should definitely boost the stream, please. If you would like to support and get my name out there more, there are channel points that you can use to boost the stream. Give it this boost. Thank you, Gamma, for the boosts. Of course, thank you, Waffles, before. Thank you, Lopez, and I believe it was Suwako for the 2,000 point boosts. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be live tomorrow because we moved the tournament to the 21st. My tournament to the 21st, but. Yeah, so I have a problem. I came on here, I was hoping this would take a little bit longer. It didn't, and I have a tournament in 2 hours, so I don't know what to do. I don't know exactly what to do, because I don't have anything to do for actually 2 hours, which is weird to hear from a content creator like, aren't you supposed to do, like, social media 19 hours a day? But, yeah. Yeah. Showdown randos. I could. 2 hour Risk of Rain run? I'd rather do one step for me at that rate. Actually get a run done. I actually, Gamma. What was I gonna say? We do need to show off the tournament in 2 weeks. But I'm not gonna do that here. If you're free at some point, we could just do a quick. I want someone who is good at randos, which is weird to say because anybody's good at randos, but somebody who's willing to play all kinds of randos to show off the drafting process, the pick and ban process of the rando thingy of our multi-gen tournament on February 21st. Which I guess I could talk about. We did move it. It is not tomorrow. It is on February 21st. If you guys would like information on that, Discord is the place to go. If I want someone good, because, I mean, you're at my level, and if I think anyone's at my level, you're good, and I'm not that good either. And anyone that I choose better is just going to crush me. I want someone who's even. Alloy unit fight? What does that even mean? Oh, God. No, not again. Jesus. I'm not fighting that alloy unit for 3 hours again. That was terrible. That was actually awful. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what my schedule's actually going to look like for the next 2 weeks coming up to that tournament. But if you guys are interested in that, the rules are in my Discord. We have Millie's tournament. We will be on the Milliebugs channel at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be commentating Pokemon Emerald Bingos. They do have their qualifiers starting today. I'll be doing the NA qualifier basically this week and every week coming after, like every Saturday at 3 p.m. So basically the way that my next 4 to however many Saturdays are is I commentate Waffles tournament, then I commentate Millie's tournament. It works out to be that easy, so. Oh no. I mean, I'm glad, Gamma. Get that practice in. Get all that practice in. It's gonna be wild. Oh, did you figure out how to stream, Lopez? Nice. Yeah, it's not that hard to set up. I don't know how you set up on Xbox, but I'm pretty sure the same thing, stream key and all that crap. Basic stuff. Any questions, chat? I'll be advertising more of that tournament going on, but we'll also show it off. I should also mention, I have a Patreon. And I think what's really funny is with this Patreon now, I'm really obsessed with telling people in the Patreon more about my projects coming up than I am on Twitter, which would get me more exposure. I'm really stupid like that. I don't know. Jess, thank you for that contribution. Appreciate it. Good to see you, man. How you doing? It's very strange because, like, I already talked about. Wait, what do you mean now I know how you feel? What do you mean? I don't understand. What does that mean? With wanting to share more things on Patreon than Twitter? I've never liked social media. It's not my thing. I'm not a social media guy. I never grew up with social media, so it's kind of weird for me to feel comfortable just kind of like, it feels like I'm just pushing stuff out. I never bashed you using social media, though. You made it sound like I was bashing you at some point. I understand a lot of people not liking to use social media. It's tough to use. It's really good for growth, but I just don't get the feel that other people get from it, right? Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. But that's part of the deal, though. That's part of the deal. I told them they're going to get everything in advance. I highly recommend you guys go over there because it's going to be a giant-ass project and grab a bunch of people for it. And it's going to be a fun charity event, I think. It's just going to be really weird to make it work, but I have plans. I was testing it last night. Lopez knows what I'm talking about, but don't say it because it's patron exclusive. But the nice thing is, here's the thing, guys. I say it's patron exclusive, but it's exclusive all the way down to the $1 tier. You can pay $1 and figure out what I'm talking about forever with everything, right? Patrons will get all of those exclusive dates and all those extra times coming up and just going from there. You tell them too much? I mean, you still have to follow TOS, Jez. I don't want you going on there and losing that, right? Yeah, because, well, what I'm going to do, the way that I'm going to approach it, Jez, is basically social media is still going to find out, but way later. So if I focus a lot on people who are paying, because I'm a very money-focused guy, or money-motivated guy. Yeah. Not for stupid things, but, you know, I am a money-motivated guy. But what I'm going to do is basically Patreon gets everything, and then I just pick and choose, and that will force me to make social media content. I did sync up roles in my Discord, yes. I'm going to sell out. Nothing wrong with asking for some money so I could eat some bread. Get the bread for the bread. Nothing wrong with that. I think more people should be asking for more money. You rate it, I just ship it. Yeah. I think more things should cost more money. That's coming from a guy who doesn't spend a lot of money. But I'm working here. But yeah, you guys want to go check that out. There's gonna be another announcement that'll be done very soon, but I don't want to put it up too early because that would ruin the hype a lot. There's gonna be some hype. I'm gonna work up to that hype. I think you guys will like it though over there on Patreon. I am gonna be using that quite a bit. I do want to make it work well because I think it's just a good thing to use. Go from there. So yeah. It's always changing. It's always changing. I have nothing wrong. I mean, like, I was nervous at first, but then, you know, the nice thing is when I worked in Stream Coach Academy with people, yeah, exactly. When I work with people in Stream Coach Academy, we were always, like, you know, as streamers, you're always taught, if they sub, it's great. It's okay to give free content. Don't worry about, like, give them something free and then work it down. But when you build a business model around it, you give free content. Like, the one thing that I want to avoid, because I just don't like doing this anyways, is eventually, like, slowly eroding the free content using, like, stream as an advertising for things that they can pay for. That's part of a business model, but I've always been a big believer in add more and then cut out the shit that just doesn't matter anymore, right? So I don't want to erode my stream, and I'm not calling anybody out, but I'm saying when I look at certain things, if I find that a 4-hour stream is becoming a 1-hour stream, but they're doing better somewhere else, you don't know the whole story all the time. But the way that I want to approach it is, for example, the Pro Pokeball, if it ever comes back, will always be free. The farthest it will go would be a charity version of it, where people pay in, but all that money goes to charity, and the rewards are basically, like, completely worth your time, right? That would be as far as I would go with it. But otherwise, like, if I build things that are going to cost money, it's because I'm actually going to be motivated by that, and you're probably going to get higher quality, and probably more homely stuff too, right? Yeah, exactly. Never. I would never do that. There's no reason. Like for example, there's nothing wrong with, like, I always believe it, if you're going to do exclusive content, that's adding, not removing from the original build. That's always the way I've been learning it, Jez. I didn't like when, like, that was the same thing we did at karate. Yes, it adds a lot more money and I'm one guy, but that's when you just shift. So if I have, like, 3 free things, 1 exclusive thing, if I want to make something exclusive, I go, okay, 2 free things now, but that 3rd one didn't become exclusive. I cut the weakest link out and just made 2, so I'm still doing 4 pieces of content, but now it's like you still get free stuff, and it's gonna be better 2 free stuff, and now you have 2 patron exclusive things. That's just how it makes sense, right? I don't have a team, so it's hard for me to be like, yeah, just add more. No, that's stupid. I'm not an enterprise. I'm not a business, right? I'm not a full team. I'm one guy. So shifting the amount of content, shifting that stuff just makes sense. I didn't go to business school, but I've worked a lot. I've worked very closely with administrators and bosses and managers. I've always been watching, but I do believe in honest business. I also believe in people talking to me about my business. If people think that a price is not fair, I want to talk to them and figure out why. Not because I'm gonna try and convince. Every time I say that, it makes it sound like, yeah, I want to talk to them about it. Don't you? I just want to see them and how they talk with the thumbs up, because they're gonna be missing them after. No, I'm not going mafia on their asses or trying to, like, assimilate them and be like, trust me, it's okay. Everything I'm doing is good. Yes. Shh. No, I'm gonna do that. That's stupid. Yeah, I just want to hear what they want to see, right? I like talking with people. Everything's free game. The customer is not always right. Fuck that shit. But the customer has really good ideas. That's my mantra. I've never believed in the customer is always right. That's stupid, toxic, and extremely abusive to those who actually run businesses. It's disgusting. I've learned that from Fiverr. I've learned that from everything. I've learned that from every job that I've worked, especially since I work client-based jobs. The customer is not always right. The reason why the customer comes to you is they want you to use your service to help them. So why would they be right if they're coming to me when I'm the expert in their eyes? If I'm not good enough for them, they will leave, and I'll get the message. But I'm never gonna say, like, oh, that person left, I'm trash. No. Why would I do that? Yeah, exactly, everything is free game. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just like to believe, I don't say they're wrong, because if they, for example, I've had many people quit tutoring and they're like, yeah, it just wasn't good enough. I'm like, that's fine, right? They're not wrong. Maybe it wasn't good enough, but it's no skin off my back, because I know that I've done other things. If I'm running a 0% win rate or a 0% something, if like 0% return, I'm clearly doing something wrong and I need to change that, and I'll get the hint. I don't need people coming at me and, you know, going on Twitter going, ProPokeNoob is extremely disorganized, has terrible lighting, his mic sounds like it's a salami going through a blender, and he really needs to get his teeth fixed, as well as I need him to be pouring out more content, 10 social media posts per day, as if he's truly serious about it, he'd be putting in every single moment of every single bead of sweat in his day to make it work. And by the way, why is this man's hair looking like it's retreating faster than a bunch of leaves in the summer wind? Like, there are civil ways of doing business. And there's no reason of assimilating. Yeah, Jess has to behave. Yeah, he runs the joint. He has to behave. That's why, literally, if I ever set up something with a bunch of streamers, like with Extra Life, or I'm setting up with a bunch of content creators, like with Broken and with Gamma and with Jez, and in the future trying to get a bunch of people, it's not gonna be assimilating them and taking them away from their streams, right? Even if I became the boss of other people, or like the manager of other people, I've always been taught, luckily, throughout all of my work experience, that just because you're a boss doesn't make you immune. I learned that before I started watching stuff like Gary Vaynerchuk or Ashley Christ or anything like that. I learned that way earlier, which is nice because it's always how I've grown up. I've hated people like, you know, my dad getting just overused at his job because he's the only competent person instead of them training other people. It's like, no, if there's a weakest link, train the link or cut it, right? If they don't want to train and you don't give them the chance, don't give it to them. Oh, you beat him with Rotom Frost? Nice, man. Get him with that Rotom Frigidaire. Sponsored by Frigidaire. Can you imagine? Everyone else got a mic sponsorship, a headset. Now I'm sponsored by Sleep Country Canada. Oh, of course, Jess. Everything can be toxic. Anything can be toxic. You eat too many blueberries, it can be toxic. Goes from being an antioxidant to friggin' cyanide. Moderation, communication. That's business in my head, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna grow big. I'm not gonna be a 10,000 viewer Andy anytime soon, and nor do I have the inclination to be that. I've always said that my goal would be a good couple hundred people at a time in chat. That is my ultimate goal. If I hit about 200 average, I would be super happy. That's kind of like my ultimate I've done it sort of thing. Oh my God, Jez, please sleep for God's sake. I understand that you're doing fantastic work, but for God, you need your brain protected, sir. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. It does get Nasty Plot now. Christ almighty. Yikes. Nasty Plot exists on Rotom. I had it for a couple of gens now or something like that. That doesn't matter. Yeah, it is a sleep bank. That's fair. And the other thing is that I've learned from business in general is definitely, like, if people are saying you're not putting in enough effort, they don't know your whole story. Like, for me, I just don't like using social media, so I'm very demotivated. So if someone comes to me and be like, well, if you cared enough, you put more effort in, it's like, yeah, but you also don't know I'm that type of person that doesn't like to hear that. I'm a type of person who would be like, okay, let's build an action strategy and support the fact that I'm kind of, what's it called? Like, I want people to be constructive, not be like, well, if you gave a shit, you'd do this. Because guess what? That's what my former relationships had me hearing all the time. If you cared enough about me, you'd take interest in doing this thing that you totally hate, and I know you hate it, but I want you to like it. No, I haven't done a nuzlocke any time yet, Jez. Nuzlocks will probably return with the new block next month. Right now, we're trying to get through the content that's kind of like non-Pokemon, but I will be able to test it soon. Sorry. God, this music's so good. Should probably change over to just chatting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Auto import Google. Yes. Millie, oh, what the hell is that? I might as well just hang out here for a little bit anyways. Take a break around like 1:45, rest my voice before the tourney at 3. Alright, sit it down, chat. AIS, ass and seat. I put on my nice shirt today. I shaved. Yeah, I've always been a big believer in that type of business. It's just who I am. And I also believe that people can be that successful with that type of business model. Reggie Drago? Yes. Reggie Drago could do it. Reggie Lecky is being used a lot in VGC, I know that much. But Reggie Drago is a thing. A very strong thing. So yeah. Yes. It's for screens and I think the cage trapping attack, just to stop them from switching. It's a super utility. I mean, but that's the same thing as Deoxys speed, right? Deoxys speed has decent enough offense, so it's just outshined by others. It just became utility. So it's just an accessible Deoxys speed with arguably better typing because less weaknesses. Not that it matters. Yeah. Yeah. What's it called again? Cage? Something cage. Plasma cage, I think? Plasma cage? Oh, I mean, always, Jez. Always. I don't see why you would do anything but that type of communication. It's similar, like, I mean, that's kind of what one of the values on this channel that we've always gone with, right? Oh, my computer froze. Oh, yeah, I mean, relationships is just a whole... I could go on for hours about communication in relationships, but... The reason why I get obsessed with principles, even with my job, like people being 15 minutes late and be like, it's no big deal. It's right. I'm getting paid those 15, 20, 30 minutes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me. Okay, everything's crashing. Just give it a second. Like, the only reason why we have issues in life... I'm good, really? Oh, did my audio drivers die? They probably did. Interesting. Yeah, just let me know. Exactly. There we go. Yeah, we already heard that song. Thanks. The only reason why nothing gets done super effectively is just communication, right? Why do relationships for people fall apart? Communication. They didn't make it clear in the beginning you weren't going to be compatible, right? Or it's just like people get over obsessed. Like for a guy like me, I'll give you an example. ProPokeGirl knows I'm extremely obsessed with semantics, but that's because I work jobs that are all about semantics. So if I tell her that when somebody, even though like I'm getting paid for free with nobody showing up to my thing, the fact that in my mind I'm going, I have wasted an hour sitting here having to constantly look at the screen, which is enough brain power to drive me nuts. She understands that. Most people would be like, well, you're getting paid, what do you give a fuck, right? But for me, it's like, no, I care because I could have done so much different planning and gone differently. That's why I'm very obsessed with scheduling, right? It's an hour of my time. And many people might be like, well, we feel sorry, but it's like, but do you, like, I get that you feel sorry, but realize that if this is a recurring issue, there's a reason why I don't make jobs, right? There's a reason why I don't get a lot of positions, because a lot of people want you to be going with the flow. It's like, I want to change the flow. I am a flow changer, and if I think your flow sucks, I'm not going to be in on it. Like, if you talk to me about a project, and I'm sorry if I've done this to you, I really don't mean to be like the whole, like, have you ever heard this voice from me before? If you talk to me about doing something, I'm like, yeah, that might be good. Yeah, okay. Have you ever heard that? Yeah, that's my, I really don't believe this is a good idea. I'm so sorry, Lopez. But, like, I do that to everybody. I don't mean to. It's just, that's my thing of, like, I want to be supportive, but simultaneously, I just, like, I don't want to rip you to you go, this is bullshit, right? You know? Yes, transparency, but I try to fluff it up just a little bit because I could be a super jackass, but I also don't want people to be a super jackass back at me, right? Yeah, that's just because I'm completely disinterested in tech issues, Jez. It's when you're trying to teach me tech stuff that I'll be like, I could CSS that and make that black texture, right? Does something different. Does the fix. Good to go. But I never mean any offense with that voice or that tone or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. I could do that, but do I give a shit to do it? No, I really don't. Unless it's something that has to be done, then I'll do it, right? It's just a tub of hair. Oh, you spelled the Butterfree? Dude, that's like, that's Noobits worthy. I always firmly believe that sweeping with Butterfree is kind of like winning with, like the old like the new version of winning with Rapid Spin, because now Rapid Spin's good, right? But winning with Butterfree is just like a free 1,000 points. Yep, literally. If it works, it works, and if you win from it, you're disgusting. But good for you. Yes, I could CSS that. Yes, of course. Yeah, I've always tried to be, you know, I watch business practices and I just try and learn it, right? I'm also the type of guy where I don't like learning by reading. I like learning by doing, and there are not many people who will give you a job saying that, right? They want you pre-educated so you're not a problem. Unfortunately, my mind has changed over the past 10 years, and I'm very much a learn-on-the-job type of guy. I like to learn exactly what I need to know, right? All that extra information, that's great, but I want to be really good at the information that I need, right? As a teacher, I think that's incredibly important. Foundations are important, but if I learn the foundations of calculus and I never plan to learn calculus, why would I ever teach that to a kid who's never going to use calculus? Do they need it? No. Do they need multiplication? Yes. So do you need to learn multiplication? Yes. Calculus? No. So yeah, this music's so good, man. I gotta grab more off the site. This might have to be the music that we use during Pro Pokeball, just to be safe, if it comes back. Well, during the tournaments, I mean, Pro Pokeball series, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can imagine, Gamma. I never got to it, and thank God. I've always told this story. I got really lucky the time that I went to school because I didn't take a year off. And if I did, the kinesiology program changed where even Bachelor of Arts needed to learn calculus. So I would have been behind 3 years. Calculus is not math. Calculus is a lie. He uses invisible numbers. Who the fuck just pulls a 7 out of nowhere and slaps it in somewhere? That's stupid. It's the most logical and organized subject you could do outside of science, and we could put invisible numbers in to fix issues. It's like saying, yeah, you need 25 bucks. Here's 25 bucks. That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I really don't understand that. Yeah. I'm hard to work with. I don't like that. I'm only hard to work with because I push the envelope further than what other people would want to push it. And I think that scares people. I am intimidating, and I'm also like, I get intimidated by work that I don't know how to do, but I also want to learn it through that intimidation. I'm a fucking moron. I'm a stupid guy for saying that, but that is me. I don't feel bad about it. I do. No, I do. I do feel bad about it. I'm also complicated. But, you know. It will be very interesting to see what jobs hold in the future for me. How do you tell someone, yeah, I'm the best in a manager's position when you're just coming in brand new? No, I don't have any degrees. I just have 19 years of experience of managing, but managing when you're 11 years old doesn't count. I mean, if I did a good job, it kind of does. I'd like to believe. Who knows? What are we up to this weekend, chat? Other than watching Millibug's tournament in an hour and a half with me on there. Because you should do it. Watch it. You have no choice now. I'm going to be organizing some... Yeah, other than Millie's tournament, it's probably not going to go longer than 2 hours today. Probably just, homework get ahead, nice. Oh, you're trying out Warframe? That one game night really threw you off last night, Lopez, where he just wouldn't play with us, so we have to play Warframe now just to see our friend 24/7. What a freaking shame. It's disgusting. Yeah, I'm probably preparing some social media stuff and getting ready for tons of tutoring. Tons of tutoring. I got like 12 hours of tutoring now. That's a lot. That's a lot for tutoring. That is actually quite a bit. It's just very tiring. Doesn't sound like a lot of work. I know people work a lot more hours, but it's very difficult to be 12 hours, like over 4 days or 5 days excited for multiple different students just for an hour at a time, even, especially when they're in the middle of your day, so it's not even done. Like, your day doesn't start with it, it ends with it for the most part. So yeah. How do people do just chatting for 5 hours? How do people talk for 5 hours? I could talk for 5 hours, but I need something going on. Like, wow. Do you guys want to sit here awkwardly? I could put my feet up, not fall asleep, close my eyes, and just rest for 20 minutes. I'm actually really looking forward to events this year. It's got me super excited. I'm gonna need to learn a lot though. All I will say is the thing that I posted in Patreon, I need to what's it called? Yeah, okay. I'll fight you in Showdown. Sure. Oh, it's not loading for me. Oh no! Showdown banned me! You okay, Showdown? Uh-oh. I show up at Showdown and it just dies. Alright. Let's get the good old jank going in here, man. Nothing but randos. Let's go. Where's the random divisions? Where the hell's the random divisions? Oh, they're at the bottom here. All right, just give me a sec. I'm gonna capture it really quickly. Hey, I'm allowed to play games at just chatting. Isn't that great, guys? Isn't that wonderful how I could do that? I was watching a stream where they were literally playing like Divinity Sin in what's it called? Like they were playing Divinity Original Sin on stream in just chatting. I'm like, what the hell? How can you just do that? Like, who just actually does that, you know? What the hell? Oh, I gotta capture the... Twitch has gotta figure out a way to fix that. How about just overhauling the whole thing? By the way, this battle looks very fair. If we were running, multi-gen rules, I would definitely look at my team and go, yeah, this is mulliganed. As he starts with the Deoxys, and I have a Golem. Fucking Golem. All right, let's have some fun. GLHF. Stop putting the timer on me. I don't remember what this guy gets. My team is garbage. Well, you can kind of see my team. That's fine. Oh my god, he had superpower. This is good. I do have to play a lot of randoms to learn what Pokemon can have in this format. It is going to be very interesting to figure out what everything has. So we'll see. Yeah. What else is there? Yeah, it's nice and relaxing. It's kind of a weird week until other things happen, right? Is he faster than me? Fuck, he is. That's interesting. I could do a lot of damage. You got me? Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations. My body. You're a giraffe. Are you choice banned? Ew, you wouldn't be choice banned, would you? That wouldn't be a choice banned Deoxys. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, that kills. Okay, good to know. I thought I'd live just even a little bit. I'm very out of practice, chat. Don't mind me. Your life is complete. That's sad, man. I'm sorry. Hey, has anybody got any good suggestions for tabletop simulator games? We're gonna be getting together with my friends tomorrow. I know some people were talking about some cool games and things of the sort, but nice crit. I feel very accomplished. I'm waiting for him to whip out the big old like HP ice. Project Alpha era. I've actually I have been doing some great work with my game, with my co-op game. Project Alpha Era, the problem is, it's just like there's a lot that has to be organized, a lot that has to be worked with nonstop. So, what the hell? Get out, get out of here with that. Wait, Sub Punch Electabuzz is a Gen 3 thing? That's amazing. I love that. That's gonna kill, you know it's gonna kill somebody on a Switch. That's beautiful, man. But yeah. My co-op games go quite well. This is why I want to do the multi-gen tournament. I think it's gonna be so much fun just looking at other builds that used to exist. We're gonna learn together. But yeah. Got him. Oh! I love this game. Oh god, wait a minute. Alright, fine, I gotta show it. The skill in randos is not showing your whole hand. It's like poker to an extent. Sick damage. That did fucking jack shit. Oh my lord, that killed! Wow! I got a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn. I know it halves your defense, but shit. Ouch. That is some good damage, dude. I resist in this gen. It's great. But yeah, no, the co-op games go pretty well. I've been modifying a lot of weapons. I've come up with some really, really fun things, like motion lotion, because boss wanted a... Yeah, by the way, HP bug. Isn't that great? Sir, you dare challenge me? Motion lotion, which is a bottle shampoo weapon. I took a lot of advice from Lopez, actually not Skeletor, about like weapons from 5th edition and stuff like that, so I'm gonna try and make it all work. I'm just kind of like, I'm getting to that point where I'm kind of losing, not the point of the game, but I'm just trying to make sure I don't go too far off the oh no, no, Gamma Y. Oh no, he's left with the Umbreon. That's a rip. Wait, how bad? Oh, yeah, Gen 3 Umbreon sucks, doesn't it? It's got, like, what is it, HP Dark? Is it actually running like HP Dark? Doesn't even have Toxic? What? That's toxic in itself. That's kind of bizarre. Ah, man. Wish Protect... That's like the freaking, what is it? Isn't there like a Kadabra in Gen 3, which is... Which gen is it where Kadabra runs like Reflect, Psychic, Recover, like Seismic Toss? It's really bad. Like, it's not bad when you look at it in retrospect, but it's like terrible compared to what it could do with like Subcom Mind or something like that. Gen 1? No, well, no, that'd be Alakazam in Gen 1, which makes sense because it didn't get anything. I'm trying to remember. It's one of the generations for randos where it like literally gives it Reflect and Light Screen or some bullshit like that. Like, it's like it's the most fragile thing. I think it's Kinesis at some point too. Maybe Gen 4. Maybe. I don't know. GG Gamma. Nope. Let's go. Yeah. Actually, let's find our Sword and Shield. It's Pokemon content. Your Golurk is so tiny, sir. You know, I look like a guy who's just fired up stream for the first time ever. I just put the thing in the corner. I just start talking with people. It's great. It's like that's what streaming is or some shit. I like to mulligan my team. You probably have Rock Slide or Stone Edge. Probably No Guard, no less. Jesus. What do I even fight you with? This thing actually kills my whole team. Like, it actually kills my whole team. I don't know, I thought it learns Stone Edge for some reason. Doesn't it? Doesn't it have Stone Edge, no guard? Isn't that what makes it decent if it gets there? Did we run out of songs? Oh, we did run out of songs. Oh, no. Alright, on. I'll get us some music. Throw on that chiptune. Well, you should have told me that. I was still afraid. Ow! You fool. Fuck! Who stays in? Gamma does, clearly. I still give Gamma credit. I mean, I guess. Unless you're a good friend now, you're just lying to me this whole time. He stayed in! Who stays in? Gamma does, because he is literally an alpha male in all regards. This man just fucking stays in on the worst things ever, and I just froze his ass. This is disgusting. Excuse me a sec. You're gonna stay in again? Okay. Oh my god, he thawed. What a that's so stupid. He actually thawed. Incredible. Pokemon, I'm supposed to have the hacks on my side, thank you very much. Isn't that the point of Pokemon, is just watch you get screwed by more 10%? Actually, no. Let's go, Did they run... Oh, man, they run more Thunder Wave? Did they run more Thunder Wave or Toxic in Gen 5? Also, I'm not talking anything much about Raid, man. How you doing? How was your stream? We're just waiting for a tournament. I'm commentating a tournament at 3 o'clock, so I'm just playing some randos with Amma Gamma, showing off kind of what our multi-gen tournament's going to be looking like on February 21st. How was your stream? Yeah, they ran Toxic. Fuck. They ran Toxic. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Hello, Cacturn. Honestly, this is probably worth it. Nice. That's not bad. Sub Cacturn. Alright. Nope, it said 1. You're good. Even if it did, I still appreciate the raid nonetheless. Oh, Hungry. You might be one of the multiple people that have to give me a new name or trainer class. Were you one of them? No, you did it already. Right, you put it in. I like this song. Oh, it's a sucker punch. What a weird build. Just sub 3 attacks. Cool. Not used to these kind of weird builds. Is it 3? I don't know. You tell me. Oh my god, the fucking drain push. It doesn't break? Oh no. Oh no, Gamma. I'm learning so much. See, this is where I think the multi-gen tournaments can be very interesting. The more people that grind it out and the more they try to figure out all the mechanics, I think you become an absolute lord if you can remember 8 generations worth of like interactions with damage and stuff like that. I think that'll be the most interesting part. You know what I'm doing. Respond in kind, Gamma. Come on. Ah, Gamma. Ah. I believed in you, sir. It's fine. I still believe in you. To kick my ass. Oh no, that's Lanoon. Jesus, hold on. Hold the phone. That's a nope. Oh, oh, you just went straight for the Shadow Claw. Okay. No belly drum. Okay, good. We wasted that. Excellent. Actually, no, that's not a waste. He still has it. No. But he didn't get He didn't get gluttony with his belly. He can't belly drum. That's the most important thing to stop. Why would you belly drum? Because if you live the hit well enough. Or maybe I got afraid and tried to go for toxic. I had to stop you from doing it either way. This might kill. I don't know. That's fair. That's fair. How you doing, Epic Fail? Thanks for that host, man. Good to see you. Welcome to the Millie waiting room. I just knew my luck would have to be using another substitute. It's all about the safety in no, I'm not hitting you. Not until I have my doll in the way. Stop that. You stop that right now. How did you still outspeed me? Oh, right. Oh, you had quick feet. Oh shit, he had quick feet. I got played. Nice play. I honestly was under the pretense that you were gluttony, citrus berry, belly drum. I didn't expect quick feet. Nice. Well played, sir. I don't know how to get through this thing. Freeze? Probably freeze. Ironhead, what are you, gamer? Low blow? Nah. I am going... No, I'm going in trying to remember what I played in each generation. Because, you know, I played these generations. I played Gen 5 competitive. It was my first competitive. They still have semi-competitive builds. Again with the Seviper. Funny thing about Seviper is I know what it has, probably. I've said that every single time, but I think I know what it could have. Yep. Because I used to run Sucker Punch Seviper. I was afraid of that. It was worth it. Oh, he actually sludge bomb. What a lord. Nice prediction. You're 49%. I have to hit this. Nice kill. I think what you're gonna find is the reason why I'm putting in a veto clause in this is because I want to make sure that if you find that one build like that Kadabra I was talking about, that you don't have to deal with that, because that would suck. If you had to deal with like really shitty movesets, or like your team's like you have a Kakuna and they have a Mewtwo as their lead, like you wouldn't want to have to deal with that, right? That's why we're gonna have at least that one veto, but also not too long of vetoes, because if we have too many vetoes, then the tournament just gets dragged out forever. We don't want that happening either. GG, Gamma. Gamma and I would play randos all night, sometimes to like 4 a.m. together, make called Pocket Full of Showdown. If you go look that up on Team Pocket Aces, we used to play a lot of randos. This is how we kind of learned to or stay fluid with Pokemon. Can you even stay up till 3 a.m. anymore, Gamma? Oh Jesus, what the hell is this? I don't even know what he can do to me, though. I think we just go in. Yep, I know you love Gen 2. I expect this to be the most banned generation, that, Gen 8 and Gen 1. I expect 1, 2, and 8 to be the most banned in our multi-gen, because people either don't want to play against it, or they don't know how to play in it. I would ban Gen 2 almost every single time. Which is going to make it very interesting, because there's 8 generations, so this tournament's very feasible. Because now, even in a best of 5, there's still one gen you can't touch, which makes it interesting in the timing thing. I'm very, very... oh, that's fair. But are you functional enough to be able to play a video game? Belly fucking drum. What the hell, Gamma? I should just went for the kill. I should just went for the kill. Do I get him, boys? Do I get him? The most broken bird. It's time. Yep. Is that HP electric, you bastard? Aha. Fascinating. How do I do against this guy? It wasn't for the burb. Jesus, sir. It's bad it's a physical hit, but it should still do a lot. Hey, Car, how you doing? We're just, welcome to the Millie waiting room. That's an interesting thing to put on a Tauros, but okay, we'll take it. That is very interesting, actually. Mother effing cross-chop Golduck. Now that is Gen 2. Holy shit. I wouldn't have even thought of a duck chopping my throat. That's incredible. Does Mach Punch exist? Yeah, it does. He's cursing. He's cursing. Ah, shit, I fucked up. Oh, wait, never mind. I woke up. Wow. Incredible. Thank you for stopping me. That's fine, Gamma. Are we doing this? No, I'm listening out. It's technically turn 2 because I think it remembers it from other turns. I can't quite remember how that actually works. Oh my god, that did so much damage. I expect you to set up this. I threw this game. That's okay. Wait, I'm faster? Oh, because he cursed. Hell yeah. Hold on. Winnable Pog. I'll show you my trump card. It's all good. Here it comes. You ready? Surf. I lose. I hate how this thing gets high jump kick. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a boxer. The whole point of it is boxing. It doesn't make sense. We'll go for the reverse sweep. It's okay. We have the reverse sweep set up. It's true, yeah. Yeah, exactly. When they're boxing, they just like kick you straight in the face, not playing to win the tournament or anything. That should be enough for Tauros to kill from there. Should be. It is good. Tangela. How dare you? Can't put me to sleep when I put myself to sleep. Haha. Alright, time for Gen 2 greatness. Fuck. Oh no, it has a setup move. Oh, we're so screwed. Same. How much damage was I doing? I've always feared the noodles. Oh my god, stop. Can we get a crit? That was so close too. Oh, he's got synthesis. This is terrible. This is actually the worst day of my life. Oh, yeah, okay, GG. Yep, GG. It's all good. I dare you to growth one more time. I dare you to growth one more. You didn't growth. By the way, if you haven't boosted the channel, make sure you boost this jank ass thing that we're doing here. Yeah, I'd do that one. Okay, we gotta remember Gen 8 mechanics. What is Gen 8? Filled with lots of fun and greatness. What the shit is all this? Oh boy. Oh, my God, bad. Man, it must be nice to just lead with a crit zing zap and not be punished for it. What does that feel like? Exactly. Is that even? No, it's Sash. It's just really friggin' fast. Jesus, this thing is so good. Why is this thing so good, though? Togedemaru is a monster. He's a monster. I have to show that, don't I? Yeah, alright. I don't like having to reveal my hand that early, but it's fine. If I lose, I can't show any of my hand, so. Oh, Christ. Actually, Dark Pulse? Probably Dark Pulse. I can't imagine any other reason you would do this without Dark Pulse. Nasty plot, okay. I didn't either. Looking at my team though, I had no choice. That's the worst part. Oh, this thing's so dead. Rip Millie's favorite Pokemon. Wait, are you swept by a ghost move? Oh no. No, no, Gamma, don't tell me, please. Oh my god, he's just dead. He's just fucking dead. He's actually just dead. No, not the... You're not. No, no, no. 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 Aha! I keep the beast boosts and all of the choice scarf goodness because it's stupid. Because Dynamax, this is why I expect Gen 8 to be banned non-stop. I really expect a lot of people determined to play Gen 3 to 5. You didn't, oh, it's over, guys. Excuse me while I cower in fear. This is why I expect Gen 8 to be banned. Good reverse sweep, Gamma. Thank you, sir. GG. God. I had a Kyurem White in the back, too. That's a good start. That's a great start. Great start. Hey, Archimedes. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, okay. Exchange toxics. Doing well. I'm just waiting for a tournament that starts in an hour. Probably take off here in about 10 minutes or so. I don't really know what Audino's gonna do. Oh shit, yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay. My heavy duty boots! No! How could you? That might kill from there, right? I imagine it could. It was fine. What the hell is this build? Oh god, I found another build. I found another great build. Squoop. It's not enough. Yeah, I gotta force it here. Oh baby, he even has the metagame Incineroar. Nope. Earthquake, interesting. I'm actually going for it. I went for it, fuck. I used to make a lot ballsier plays in randos. Because you can, right? You might as well. That's just always the way I thought. It's like you might as well just make that play. Nice tankage. Alright. He actually stayed in. What a unit. See, Gamma's good at this game. We're both pretty average at this game. It's all good. He's actually staying in. What are you doing? Oh, he expected the miss. He predicted the miss. Very, very common thing to do in Pokemon. That you would never hit anything, right? He must have something he could use, or he's wasting sand. Okay. And that would explain a lot. He just has Melmetal. I actually think this thing could set up on me. I'm kind of scared. What do I do to kill it? That's a great fucking question. This thing is really good. He's subbing. Oh my god, he might be 404 sub. If he's a 101 sub, it's over. Okay, okay, it's not over. That did so much damage for just base. Too bad we're never gonna see Melmetal ever in a hello. Big boy, ow my face. What was that? Dynamax. Oh, he gets a Spadef. Okay. We should outspeed. I missed. 95. What is it with me in 95? I need a friggin'. I need an emote for 95% accurate moves. I can't believe how many 95% accurate moves I miss. Holy actual shit. I can't believe I can miss so many 100% or 95% accurate moves. It's actually so astounding how many I can miss with that. Incredible. Thank you for the crit, I guess. But holy shit, man. Unreal. This is probably Scarf to be sending it in. That makes a lot of sense. Does he have speed? I don't think he does, actually. No. We're gonna need an RNG emote one day. Just one day. Bisharp. Oh, my face! Right, I'm psychic type, I forgot. Should have been dead. But, you know. Whatever, right? It's whatever. Big boy. Sir? Yeah, here. I love Ultra Beasts. They're my favorite type of beasts, right next to Ultra ones. Stop that. Don't I still break through that, kind of? Yeah. Get out of here. I was gonna go for the defense boost, but I think the double speed will be useful. Holy shit, what a legendary game. GG, Gamma. Let's finish it off with a gen that I absolutely despise. And then we'll call it there, because then I gotta get ready for Millie's tournament. Alrighty. Okay, he's got Ice Punch, probably. Or Ice Beam, probably. Actually, he probably has Ice Beams, more likely Ice Beam. Oh no, it's over. Gamma, how could you just whip this thing out turn 1? Who does that? That's sick and really, really gross. Watch, it's not going to be the Focus Sash variant, it's going to be the Lumberry variant. My favorite thing is when people did goggles, safety goggles. That was my favorite, where you fake them out, then you send out the sand user, and it's like, oh, they're not taking damage, kill them. It was great. Got him, Gamma. I'm the weird variant. I have the weird moveset. I have like the half cleric, half coverage set. Oh, jeez. Oh, hi. Hi, other legendary. What do I have for this? I don't take it well, though. Well, I take it well enough. What even is Lapras, you know? That's a great question, because I actually don't know either. I had to go in. It's too afraid he would trade. We doing this? I'll trade you. Fudge! Ay, man. Come on. That's disgusting. What a player. There we go. Yeah, okay, we'll just... Ow. That did nothing, actually. Oh, that Spadef drop is great, though. So yeah, Millie's stream in a week or in an hour, and then my stream will most likely be coming back next Tuesday. So if you guys want to get the boosts in for the stream, you have to do it now, because it's probably going to be gone by the time we come back. Appreciate everybody who has boosted the channel thus far. Appreciate everybody who takes the time to boost the channel just in general. Shows that you even or have access to putting in that care to making it happen. Appreciate that. We hear this song all the time. We're looking for new songs. I am using this as a pseudo like farm for new music opportunity. Ooh. Come on, Gamma, do it. Maybe he won't. Oh, he actually used the Earthquake and crit me. What a hero. He actually used it. It was worth a try. Stop critting! Sir, that's rude. Am I faster? Look at me, I'm freaking Life Orb Illumise. Why am I Life Orb Illumise? beauty. Doesn't go through that yet. I remembered it doesn't blast through substitute. I'm very proud of myself for remembering that. Oh crap. Your team's a little too strong for mine right now, but you are tinted lens, which means you're probably specs. I don't have anything to resist that. Fudge. I got speed though. Interesting. He's scarf. Scarf tinted lens. All right. Hi, Xbloud. Oh my god, the coverage. A mixed coverage. Nice. Got speed. I don't know what his last Pokemon is. Focus Punch, do it. Ugh. Cowards! Oh no, Gamma. That's fine. Unless you have a ground type in the back. Nope. Something tells me his last Pokemon's like a Wormadam. How long has Encore lasted this? 3 to 8 turns? It was a good strategy. It was a great strategy, actually. GG. It was really good. I just had the HBIs because my whole team was weak to ground. That's why I didn't want to show you. My last Pokemon was it was also weak to ground. That's all I know. My whole team was about to get dumpstered by a ground type. I'm like, if he has it, yep, okay. I only have Raichu left. Hence why I was trying to keep Carnivine around, but, you know, Carnivine's only as good as it is. Thank you very much for the games, Gamma. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, that was definitely very fun. We play more like that during the tournament on February 21st. But for now, guys, I am going to go offline. I'll be back on Millie's channel in about 50 minutes or so. Make sure you pass by. They will be going live again. Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have, who they have playing, and joining us for the qualifiers. You guys have been fantastic. We'll see you this week for more lack of spelling, and so we'll be doing more Final Fantasy Tactics, more Emerald. That's pretty much it. We're still trying to plow through that, because if we can get Emerald done, or if we can get Tactics done, we can most certainly get some other projects going that I have planned with a couple of people. Also, it looks like actually Fedora and I will be doing our battleships a little bit closer to the end of February, beginning of March, and then Gamma, Broken, and I are in talks right now with trying to figure out when we can start that Soul Link. But if I have one project going at a time, that's going to be the best thing that we can do. So, yeah. But at the moment, it's looking pretty, soonish, yeah. Just soonish. Is she live? Otherwise, I'm just not going to host anybody. We're just going to wait for her. No, she's not live. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're not going to host. We're not going to raid into anybody. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. We'll see you most likely on the back of this channel on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you'll show up at Millie's tonight, or in an hour, or whatever time it is for you. And have a wonderful day, everybody. Hi, officer. Bye, officer. See you, man. Also, remember that the tournament was moved to the 21st. Make sure you vote for the time that you want in Discord. Bye!